Muskaan, a short introduction I wanted to give to the audience about you, and then of course that may not be enough because, as I said, people are still trying to know you. We are trying to know you better, so it will be great if you can help the readers tell
Yeah.
a little bit
Okay.
about yourself. But guys, here is Muskaan, and upcoming badminton shuttler. He's 17 years, Muskaan, if I'm not wrong. You're
Yes.
17 yet. Did you
Just
did
a
you, did you clear your grade or you're still in 12th grade?
no. I just started 12th, so I'll finish my 12th next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So guys, this is very inspirational. Still in grade 12, age 17, very fast moving athlete, very fast on your legs. Muskan, I was going through some of your recent tournaments and history. In singles, you have really done magic because the kind of games you have played and game people you have played against, and most of it singles, especially you have won. So that shows how much of a confidence you have. So guys, is Muskan is trying to make her name now in the international circuit. 2013 was probably the breakthrough year when uh, she has gone through different countries: Mongolia, Japan, China, and I think going forward she is going to definitely take the India flag in many other international tournaments as well. So Muskan, this is about us, a brief introduction about you, but we want to hear from you. Tell our audience about yourself a bit more than what I did just now.
Okay. So yes, my name is Muskaan Khan. I am 17 years old, and I started playing badminton professionally about 4.5, 5 years back. And as soon as I started playing, it was basically a hobby in the starting, but now it's just become my life, my entire life now. And yeah, I started playing nationals actually very late, but I started playing nationals under 17 last year, 2 years back, and now I'm slowly transitioning into internationals. My first out of India tournament was this year, which
Yeah,
was which was China, I think. Yes.
right.
So I played China and after that Mongolia, and that was my first out of India international. Otherwise, the Indian international tournaments I did play them.
And how about Japan? Did you go to Japan or
Oh yes, yes, yes. Japan. Japan
Japan?
was the first one. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's a
Japan.
good start. Japan is a good country to start with.
Yeah, definitely. I learned a lot from there. The players, I think they were just born to play badminton. It
Yeah.
was they were very good. Everybody was good, and it was a
Yeah.
very good experience for me.
I think a few countries like Japan, South Korea, and all. I think they have done
Yeah,
really into this sport. So I think yes,
the Asian countries are really dominating in badminton as of now.
dominating
Yeah.
it. Yeah, absolutely. So guys, I mean, fantastic, Muskan. Thank you so much. And this is about your foray into the international circuit, and that's how people are actually trying to notice you, and people are actually looking at your profiles, looking at your tournaments, looking at the games, trying to cover you as much as we can. But tell us about the foray into the Indian circuit first, because that's where you kind of established yourself. That's where you kind of started winning tournaments. In the last few years, it has been rocking. You have been getting through, I think, so many trophies and medals. So if you can give our audience a little bit background about the Indian circuit first, and
Yes.
how was the transition like to the international circuit?
Okay, so I mainly started playing states in the starting of my career. That's district level state tournaments, and our Karnataka State has a lot of competition already.
Right.
So I did not actually in the starting few years. I never even knew that there was something called nationals. I
Right.
got to know there was something called nationals when I had come to my grandmom's house in Hyderabad. I
Mhm.
had come here for Eid, and then I played an open tournament here. And then the players over there asked me if I play nationals, and then
Nice.
I asked them what nationals was because I had no idea.
No idea. Okay.
So nationals, I started playing under 17 last year, and the first tournament I played, I qualified into the top 32,
Right.
and from that time on, it's been like it was kind of I was just kind of stuck there. Like I played, I think, continuously for tournaments, and I just kept getting stuck in the first round, like top 32. I just kept getting
Right.
stuck in that round. So it took me some time to get over that mind block which I had about this round in specific, the round of 32.
Right.
And recently in Guwahati was, I think, my breakthrough because I first time in my life I reached quarterfinals in a national tournament, and
Right.
that was a really good experience for me. I like a lot of
Right.
confidence boost I got, and I could feel that I could beat anybody at the moment in the circuit.
Nice.
So, and yeah, India has a lot of competition in singles.
Yes.
Women's singles is a lot of competition, and it's actually easier to win outside than in inside India. Yeah. So when I actually went to Japan, China, and Mongolia, these are all
Right.
Asian countries. So I realized that in Asia, if we go anywhere in European countries, it's like much easier competition than compared to India.
Right.
That's what I felt.
Right.
And yeah, so now after playing 2 years of nationals, and now we're gathering the funds to slowly go for and play the international tournaments, get more points, get more exposure, confidence, and experience. Very important experience
No, absolutely.
for a
Going to a different country and representing the country, one is of course the confidence which you carry along with you. That is one, and the second thing is the pressure you are in, because a third
yeah,
whichever country you go through, the audience is not yours.
yeah,
It's a different audience, different set of court, etc. You're playing against different opponents, no more Indian opponents. So
yes,
you have to even study them well, their strengths, their weaknesses. So a lot more planning, a lot more strategy. The other point which you made, yes, the Indian ecosystem in badminton has developed so much, and after producing so many athletes now, especially in badminton, I think we have a plethora of badminton athletes trying to, we have won Olympics, we have done so well, world championships, etc. That a lot of people now do foray into badminton, and that makes it very competitive. So yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, but hats off to you, because just started playing 2 years back into the nationals, and in within 2 years time you have made it to the international
yeah,
circuit,
yeah.
which,
Even I'm very proud of myself for
yeah,
that.
which itself is no joke, because I don't think I've ever spoken to any player which is in such a short span of time uh, have moved up to the international circuit. They kept playing in the domestic circuit for 4 to 5 years
Hmm.
before they moved even to the international circuit. So no, this
Yeah, I
is
think it's mainly because my father, he really like it's even badminton is even his life now. So he really researched on this, and he realized that we have to play internationals from a young age itself. Because if we start playing internationals later on in life, then you literally won't have the experience everybody else in the circuit has.
yeah.
So he really researched on this, and that's why I started off in such an early age. Even
Right.
though we started off late in the beginning, we were still off a good start now.
That's good, because only when you move outside the country, and you start playing international, the points come through, and that adds up to your profile as well, which
Yeah.
is because you play domestic, maybe juniors, etc. It's good to gain that experience, but I think to be able to get noticed at the international level, you must play international tournaments.
Yeah.
But just reading about you, Muskan, as well over the internet, not much is available. But I did read about the journey you have gone through in brief. But if you can, for our audience, tell a little bit about your parents, about your siblings. Do they have any background in any kind of sports? And how did you mention it started as a hobby? But what was the trigger point? I mean, how did you realize that badminton is the thing you want to do, and or was there any other sport you were looking at? So take us through that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So about my parents both are software engineers. My dad used to play football, and then he got two ligament tears on both his knees. Yeah, so that really affected him. So that I think he stopped because of that. And my mom, both of my parents were very sporty, but they did not take it as a career. They continued professionally. To be honest, I think they didn't know that they could take it professionally.
Right.
They were born and raised to think that engineer or doctor, one
Right.
of them. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So that's why they actually in the starting, my mom had put me into badminton because I was a very hyper child. If I was at home, I used to irritate her a lot. So that's why she put me into badminton so I could get out of the house and get tired and come back. So that was actually the main reason.
Okay.
I played as a hobby on and off for about 3 years. 2 years, I think. 2 years,
Right.
just half court with my friends in the gully, just normal sports.
Got
And
it.
and then I started getting very good at it. So my mom started taking me to open tournaments, and I started performing there as well. And I think the trigger point, and I just went along with these tournaments. I really did not think much of it. I didn't think that this would be something I would take professionally. But the trigger point, I think, was my first state win. When I won my first state girls under 19 doubles,
Right.
was when I realized that I can actually take this as a profession. I can actually go forward with it. I can actually play this for my entire life. And
Right.
I have actually a younger brother. He's 4 years younger to me, and he started badminton at the same professionally at the same age as I did. And he's also here with me in Hyderabad. We all, as a family, shifted here as a unit. And
Wonderful.
yeah, he also plays badminton. He also is a budding player. He's currently playing states, and he's now transitioning into nationals. So he's also on that learning journey at the moment. Yeah.
So he's getting that inspiration from her sister, his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that is fantastic because a few things I noted. One is, of course, the uh, your parents were from a not they didn't play sports, but they had a very sporting kind of a mindset. Yes, I mean you're absolutely right that not a lot of people in those times and probably in my time as well earlier used to think that this can be a profession. Very few did, but I think those who did find or did make a name of themselves. But such was the situations and environments we were living in earlier, and
Yeah.
and the infrastructure didn't support much. So yeah, I mean, from what I can see, that they are living their dream. In fact, you have been fulfilling pretty much everything they had thought I will do in my childhood, or maybe when I was like a budding player coming up. Unfortunate, your dad had those ligament tears,
Yeah.
and actually, ligament tears is quite threatening for players, even in badminton. The
Yeah, it's very scary.
so
Just a small movement here and there could
is
just break everything.
especially in singles because you cover the larger
Whole
court,
book. Yeah.
really move and be very fast on your legs. The jerks which you get,
Yeah.
random jerks, can actually be fatal. So be safe. We definitely want you to play longer and play for the country. But yeah, I mean, and your brother, what's his name?
My brother's name is Arman Khan. He
Arman.
also has he also has an Instagram account. We made one for him with all his like, recordings and videos of him playing.
Super.
And he's actually really small, and he looks like about 9 or 10 years old. He's not matured yet, but he's already 13. But he doesn't even look like he's 11 or 12 yet.
You are like a very caring sister. You're still thinking he's 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah, he really looks like it. He's very tiny, and he's very quick on his feet, and he
Nice.
has a lot of talent. He's born with that talent, I think.
Super. And such an early age, if you pick up a sport and make your hobby,
Yeah.
then I think is destined to be one of the big players the country will ever have.
Yes.
I think we should definitely find sometime to probably grab you both of you together. Maybe not in this session. We didn't inform you early on. We didn't know actually.
Oh, okay.
But subsequent sessions after you're back from tournament, probably once we'll have both of you together, and that will be something fun because then we'll get to hear from him as well how the sister teaches him. Do you teach? Do you coach him?
Uh, we coach each other actually. He sits for my matches. He's a very good coach. I'm very
Okay.
surprised. Yeah, he's
Okay.
13 and he's already talking and telling me the strategies
Yeah.
outside the court. When I go for state tournaments, I don't have a coach in Bangalore because I train in
Right,
Hyderabad.
right,
So
right.
when I go for state tournaments, he comes with me for the tournament. He sits as a coach for me, and I sit as a coach for him. So we help each other out in that way.
Super, super.
Yeah.
Great, Muskan. I think this is good. At least we know you a little bit more, and the audience will of course get to know more of you. Moving on to the sport itself, Muskan. I think you. I mean, as you said in the Indian circuit, you really made your name, and last couple of years you have really been fantastic. Um, in the international circuit, you started with mostly singles. As we see. I mean, and from the performances you have had in different tournaments, in different challenger series in India and abroad, your singles has actually given you better returns than doubles and mixed doubles. you know, why do you think you are playing all the three formats, or is that something you were just trying to see which one fits you well and suits you well?
Yeah.
What's the reason behind it?
Okay, so I started playing all of the three events mainly because from starting, I've always had a knack for singles. I really liked how I was the only one in charge of the game and I had full control of what
Right.
mistakes I make and what the opponent does. So I like being in control of the game in that way. So that's why I like singles more than I like doubles and mixed. But the main reason I started playing doubles and mixed was because I think the strokes are really important. The doubles and mixed strokes are completely different from singles.
Right.
So if you get even like 50% of the doubles game, if you get it, and if you can play drives and you can play that fast strokes, you can actually it really helps in singles. At least in my case, I'm very good at attacking game now. I can smash, I can come for the drive just like doubles, and I can rush at the net like doubles. And playing mixed doubles and doubles has really helped me improve
Your
my
single.
singles.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's why mainly I started playing because of that reason, and also because I wanted to see if I was a better doubles or singles player. Because many different coaches gave me different advice, like you
Mhm.
should play doubles or you should play singles. So I personally I feel that I am a singles player, and that's why I am training in singles as well. And I have taken singles as my professional career as of now, and
Perfect.
doubles and mixed is just another category that I play.
Right.
Yeah.
So primarily singles is what you'll be watching for going forward.
Yes.
And I think so doubles or mixed doubles, you think you will still continue for some time, or something you have shelved and probably.
So and as I'm 19 first year right now.
Okay.
I'll be 19 last year next year.
Okay.
So it's actually the time now to decide which category you
Absolutely.
want to play in.
Yeah.
So I chose singles. And I wanted to play another category just
Okay.
for like better. I wanted to see like the court. I want to feel better in the court. So to
Right.
play another match, I would like it, and I would like to have another category with me.
And develop some
So
skills, as you rightly pointed out, close to the nets, or maybe
yes.
forward, what kind of attacking
Yeah,
game you can
it
play.
gives me a better control on the court for my singles.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. So now I've taken singles and mixed doubles as my two main categories. So I
Okay.
will be playing singles as a main category and mixed doubles as a
Right.
another one. Yeah.
Mhm. And in fact, I did check. I was before this particular meeting, the session we are having. You played with Apurva, right? If I understand correctly.
Yes. Right now my doubles partner is Apurva Chowdhury itself.
Apurva Chaudhary, yeah.
Yes, and she's from Delhi. I met her in one of these national tournaments, and I really liked her game. And actually, we played against each other. We played doubles against each other,
Okay.
and we both liked each other's games, and we teamed up the next tournament.
So
So
she's from Delhi.
yes,
I
she's
was
from
checking her profile as well, but she is not based in Hyderabad.
no. She's actually here in my house as the
As,
moment goes. Yeah, she's
okay, so
right
you're
here.
going together. Is that correct? To Pune?
Yes, we are leaving together because we played Hyderabad together now. So we are leaving together for Pune, and this is probably going to be the last tournament I play doubles, most probably.
Oh, okay. So your
Yeah,
friend is gonna feel sad about it. Say
yeah,
hi to Apurva. I mean, definitely we'll find some time to catch up with her as well.
yes.
But your other partner, Charan,
Hmm.
you used to play with. So that is particularly, as you pointed out, doubles and singles is gonna be your foray. So mixed doubles is something which you have decided to kind of forgo at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah. So right now I'm going to be playing only singles and mixed doubles,
Got it.
and mixed doubles is my other category,
Yeah,
and doubles actually you need to completely
I get
actually
it.
doubles. Yeah, you need to completely train in doubles for you
Right.
to win in the
What kind of
circuit.
role do you play in mixed doubles? You are closer to the nets, or
Yes.
you? Okay.
Yeah, I play mostly net and he plays mostly the back because obviously the boys have a better hit
Hold
hit
and
power. Yeah.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
we play more like a doubles game. I also go back sometimes, but mainly I'm quick at the net. So I'll take the net shots and give him opportunity to hit the shuttle and we can finish the stroke there.
Right.
So Charan right now is my current mixed doubles partner. I was actually trying and finding which partner suits me and which partner suits my game, my mentality, because we need to check that in doubles.
Right.
That needs to be compatible.
Has to be.
So me and
Yeah.
him, we both are right now. We both are like it's going good. I'm playing well with him, and we are winning also. So yeah,
Perfect.
we're Yeah.
So how did you
So,
meet Charan? I mean, what's the story around? Like, how did you find out?
oh, he's in my academy.
Oh, he's in your academy.
Yeah, he trains in my academy, and I was looking for a partner, and he was looking for a partner. He also plays singles, so we both are singles players, and we just got together for another category in mixed doubles, and we performed really well, and we went to main draw, and we went to quarterfinals. So that was a good thing. So we continued the partnership.
Awesome. So I think yes. As of now, since we are talking to you, but I think we definitely pick up on a few other things, which, as you pointed out, your brother playing such a good sport, Apurva around you and Charan
Yeah,
around you. So it seems like you have really got a good mix of all the badminton upcoming guys around you. That keeps adding to your skill sets, isn't it? I mean, you see your brother playing, you'll pick a few things from here and there. You see Apurva.
yeah, it's actually very important to train with different people. I think I picked up most of my skills from watching other people play and playing against them.
Right.
Like I learned that she does slow drop. Why don't I try it as well? And I also learned that stroke.
Right.
So it's you just pick up from various different people. So that's why it's very important to play with
And
other people.
come back to your academy. You spoke about academy earlier. You are training at Suchitra Academy? Is that correct? Yeah,
Yes,
perfect.
I'm training at Suchitra Badminton Academy.
Yeah. So tell us about the academy. And I know Suchitra has been really fantastic and Hyderabad has got so many academies. Gopichand Academy is also there, and it's so famous actually.
Yeah.
So how does your association with academy initially start? I mean, your migration from, I think, from Delhi to Hyderabad, your association with Suchitra. Give us a brief about that as well.
Okay. So as you already know,
Yeah.
I came to Hyderabad for Eid for my
Yeah.
grandmom's Eid. I came here for Eid, and then we started talking to the coaches in the open tournament I played, and that was the first tournament I actually won. My singles, my first win was in that open tournament, and in that tournament we spoke to a lot of coaches in Hyderabad, and they asked, and we got to know the schedule here. So one particular academy stood out to us, which was Suchitra. The facilities were very good, and there's a school inside the campus as well.
Right. Right.
So the schooling also and the academy also is in the same campus. It'd be really convenient for us, and the even the fitness is in the same campus. So it was just one place for our parents to drop us, and we could finish all our entire schedule and then come back home. So the first main reason, like, it was like Suchitra was such a beautiful campus. Everything was available there: swimming, running, sand, everything, gym. So and the training there also is really well. There are foreign coaches. There are two Indonesian coaches, and
Yeah.
recently we got a Malaysian coach, Sindhu's Hafiz Hashim.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So he's also a spectacular coach. So we have three very good coaches, and the Indian coaches also are so good. So it's like a mix of different, very professional, good coaches that like
I mean,
can really guide us.
they're all been ex-players, so they have played so many
Yes.
matches, so many games. Indonesian talents, Malaysian talents probably are one of the supreme talents we have in badminton. So, yeah, I mean, it's fantastic because I didn't know that they have a school as well. So, I mean, yeah, it does make sense. You go to the school, you practice pretty much there. You do your
Yeah.
gymming.
So it's very, very convenient for me. Like anytime I want to go for notes, I can just attend the academy, and then as on my way out, I can just collect the notes and then go. So it is like
So
very
what is
convenient for me.
what is your day like then in that case? Because you are studying as well at the same time. So how does your day start?
Uh, yes. Right now, because tournaments are there, we're not really. But usually, when my normal routine, as of now, as I get up, we have yoga sessions here in Suchitra. It's a very good session. So it's in morning 5:20 report. So we have to report at the turf at 5:20 for the yoga. So we finish the yoga by 6:15, and 6:30 is when our fitness starts. So we start our fitness, and 6 o'clock we start our fitness till 7 o'clock we do our fitness, and from 7 to 9 is the on-court session. So different schedules for different days. So the coaches will take care of that. And after 7 to 9, I personally I go for another session, just another session for me to get more on-court practice. And this session, I go and then I come back home to eat lunch. I have breakfast at Suchitra itself.
Okay.
So from there I go to the other session and I come back to home to eat lunch. And after I finish eating lunch, I take some rest because I have fitness in the evening
Right.
again.
Right.
So fitness starts at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So we have alternate days gym and alternate days running. So we have on Tuesdays running and Wednesdays gym, like that. So I go for 3 o'clock gym fitness and it finishes about 4:35, maybe 5:36 sometimes, depending on the session. And
Right.
after that, I come back home and if I'm not completely drained out by the end of the day, I have some snacks and I do a little bit notes and then I eat and sleep. Nothing else.
Because early morning, 5 o'clock, you have to report, so
Yep,
you must
I
make
have
sure
to.
that you get 8 hours of sleep at least.
Yes.
In all of these various studies.
Yeah, before the exam, I try to get more time
Okay.
to study. Yeah, even last year in 11th, also I did the same thing. I've taken arts with biology,
Okay.
so I have taken this a very unique variety of subjects in Suchitra,
Okay.
and so that's why I find it very interesting. So studying is not even that tough for me. I can just it's just very interesting for me. So I don't find it boring at all.
I mean, and sports is such a thing that you're very concentrated always, all the time. You're very focused. So whatever you do with a lot of focus and determination. Probably that helps you to grab some of these concepts better and help.
Yeah, I think it's really helped my studies as well. It really improved my focus in the textbook because I used to always get distracted in the middle, watch some YouTube videos.
Yeah,
But now, because I'm used to focusing for 2 hours straight, I can do it studies as well.
right. No,
Yeah.
this is great. I think your routine can really give shocks to a lot of other emerging players, or maybe even kids who don't know anything about sport are still thinking about. So normal typical life in this for students is 9 o'clock, reach school, come back, snack, go play out. This is a very different living. You know, an average student life versus you're living a dual life, which is an athlete plus a student, plus carrying a lot of ambition. So there are two types of players I see. One who is already playing like BWF tournaments, like world champions and all. They carry a lot of pressure as well, but they have a different type of pressure to deal with. You know,
Yeah.
type of pressure to deal with. You have to deal with your studies. You have to deal with your, you're still trying to make your name. You're still trying to find your way. Which has it's totally different pressure in different environments, and mindset you have to have. And from how much ever we have spoken so far, I can frankly say that you are so confident. You're so natural. This is something what we need out of sport. I mean, you should never feel that you're bogged down by it. I think
Yeah.
you should enjoy it, and it adds to your confidence, it adds to your glamour and everything. And looking at you, I am so convinced that you are enjoying the game. This is so beautiful, this is so good. Perfect. I think, Muskan, a few more questions probably I will, because it's very open and frank
Yeah.
conversation. You have seen, I'm sure you used to see badminton videos earlier as well when you started. You may not have a perfect coach with you, but you started learning a few tricks, and I'm sure through YouTube, through watching televisions and videos, etc., etc. From the days of Prakash Padukone, who's like the kind of we all symbolize with, like he's such a star, to now when things are so competitive. Um, at the same time, we have better infrastructure. What kind of changes you see which has happened in the sport? How do you relate then and now?
Okay, so obviously back then we had much less support from as the parents and the society as
Yeah,
a whole in sports backgrounds. So in that case, a lot has changed. Obviously, the competition has increased. Everyone is playing much better than
right.
they did then, and the point system has changed. People
Thanks.
are gathering different strategies for the game. They have full just entire acres of land just for that one sport.
Right.
So it's drastically improved. And we have the, if you've seen the Pullela Gopichand Academy, there are three different courts for that one academy, and
Yeah.
it's so grand. There are multiple floors, everything you need in that one space.
Right.
So I think the infrastructure has put in a very, very good improvement in our game.
Right.
And obviously we have learned a lot more about this sport, and we have exposure from many different places. Like different country coaches are coming to our country. We are getting exposure through videos, YouTube shorts, Instagram as well.
Right.
Everywhere there is some information about badminton.
It's like a flow of information coming your way.
Yeah, it's like even though we have so much more competition now, there it's similar, because that time there was not so much exposure. Whatever, if you have a good coach, then you become a good player, and if you have the right facilities. But now there are so many facilities to choose from. You can if you want to from the bottom of your heart do something.
Right.
So you can become something. Yeah. So it's just now that you just need the dedication and that hard work, and you need to put yourself into the sport, and you need to find you need to do everything now, because you have the support from everywhere. And me personally, in my case, my parents are very, very supporting. They always are behind me. They always tell me that do this, do that, and they always keep me on track, and they always keep me focused, and I'm always there on court.
And you don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, they take care of everything for me.
Yeah,
So I just have to worry about me, my performance in badminton, and how I'm going to improve. That's all I need to do.
No, perfect. I think that's rightly put forward. I think from somebody I'm talking to, like just 17 years of old, the kind of age, the kind of words and you have chosen, the commitments, dedication, everything is seems unreal, but it is real.
Yeah.
No, I think this is fantastic, and absolutely you're right. The support system. I think what we probably lacked earlier in those times was the support system, the ecosystem itself, and I think the whole information flow, the whole data flow, whatever information we are consuming on a daily basis, kind of technology which has come in, which helps you determine your strokes better, which helps you determine your leg movement better, your hand movement better, etc., wrist movement. I mean, these things were not there earlier. Earlier, it was more of instinct and your junoon, whatever you have.
Yeah, exactly.
But now it's a lot more. All of that is required, plus a lot of information, a lot of tech, a lot of support, etc.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I get that. In your daily routine, Muskaan, you were talking about earlier, and it's actually quite intense. Which part of the routine you love the most, or rather, maybe if I may ask, you enjoy the most, and which part of the routine you think is something is quite challenging? Maybe aaj nahi hota to.
So I personally hate running. From when I was young, my legs just couldn't take it. I just can't run. But now, obviously, I'm playing badminton. I have to develop stamina. I have to run. So now I just instilled it in my head that yes, I love running. I love running. I love running every day. Whenever I go for running, I think that is something which I don't like as much as I do the others. I love gym. I love all the other fitness. Just that running part is little difficult for me personally.
Right.
For me, mentally
It's
as well.
No, I agree. It's personally for me as well. And I used to say that earlier, I'll do everything, but I'll not do running. I'm not cut out for running. Why should I run? If I can do the same thing in the gym,
Yeah.
in the gym, this is something which, but over the period of time, of course, it changes. Now I run every day. Even my daughter, she's 11, just 11, and she had the same thoughts. That as just like you, I mean, running was the last thing she will ever think of.
Yeah.
But now as a swimmer, she has to run almost 5 kilometers every day. So it's like, it's difficult. But as you rightly pointed out, this, we have to do this, so we have to do this.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
You want to become something, just have to do something you don't like in starting.
Right. No, absolutely. And any games you play, any matches you play generally. Now, for example, you're traveling tomorrow, and a lot of preparations, etc. You do, for yourself, then for your game. being in the ground, seeing so many athletes, so many players. There's a lot of the environment is very buzzing. The environment is very intense. In those cases, how do you talk to yourself? What are the things? How do you motivate yourself as a person? Because end of the day, badminton is a very monotonous sport. You are playing for yourself,
Yes.
and you have to make sure that you talk to yourself. You know your drawbacks. You know your strength. You know your weaknesses. In team sport, चलो आज मैं नहीं खेला कोई और खेलेगा चलेगा. So how do you prepare for that? How do you get that mental strength?
Yeah. So, first of all, meditation, very important. I learned it the hard way. I did not do meditation at all. Never listened to my father, and it just showed in my game how impatient I was. So
Okay.
now I think I have developed more mental strength and more patience in the game. There is still a lot to improve, but yes, I have improved from before. I think the mental strength comes with experience. In the starting, I was really nervous and jitty before the match. Sometimes I used to puke as well. Like I used to be that nervous before the match. But now, as the more you play, the more you realize that this player you have to do this. You start to realize that This is not what I should think about. I should not think about whether I'm going to win or whether I'm going to lose.
Right.
I should think about how I'm going to play this match, what strokes I'm going to implement, how am I going to make her run, make her move, make her dive. I I have to think about that, not about the result. So that's how I cope. I think of as in the moment. I don't think about the future, not the past. Stay in the moment. That's how I cope with everything. And it obviously took me a lot of time for me to reach to this mentality, and I hope I become better. But to reach to this mentality, yes, it took me a lot of time, experience, and meditation. Meditation, especially meditation and yoga, it really helped me out.
Yeah.
And acting like on-court session is a match, like that really also changed the dynamic completely. When I used to play my on-court sessions, it was very absent-mindedly, just for my physical body.
Right.
But when you actually act like, when in the on court is actually a tournament, I'm playing a tournament right now. I need to play as how I'm going to play in the tournament.
Competitive.
Yeah. So if you play like that, then you automatically are getting more experience in the on court session. You don't have to play another tournament and lose there to gain that experience. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I think all these factors combine, you and obviously your level work and your hard work can bring you to mental stability faster than usual.
No, no, absolutely. And during the day, when is the time you do meditation? I mean, you didn't speak about it earlier, but is it something a part of your yoga sessions?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. It's part of my yoga session. In the morning, yoga is always there. And I think meditation is also just when you are completely instilled into a particular activity and you're just focusing on that one activity. I think that also is meditation, but separately also you have to do. So in my yoga session, meditation always happens. And during tournaments also, before the match, after the match, I make sure I do at least minimum of 15 minutes total in a day of meditation.
that kind of keeps you calm, keep
Yeah, it really keeps me calm. Or I'm very hyper. I'm always hyper, always I'm over talkative.
I
So
think sports people have to be hyper at some level.
yeah.
Otherwise, you never get that energy to express on the court. But just a quick thing, you mentioned about. I mean, and since you play sport, there are wins, there are losses. I mean, you don't win all the matches, you lose some matches as well. One aspect of my question was that after the match you lose, how do you improvise? How do you look at what mistakes you made? Sometimes the other partner you have or the opponent you have may be very strong. Definitely, you can't do much about it, but you still have to read your game and see what I could have done better in those cases. And then there are like your parents, then you have coaches, they have everyone looking at you, everyone giving advices. Oh, you could have done this better, you could have done that better. At this particular age where you are trying to open up, how do you respond to those situations?
Okay, so after a match, when if I've lost and or if I'm not played well, mainly I first of all my mom and dad, they very open, very blunt they are. If I don't play well, they will come and tell me on my face whether I won or lost. So they are very blunt with me. They tell me when I played well, when I didn't play well, and what I could have done better because they also are very involved in this sport. They know. what they are talking about. And yes, I record my matches. I go and tell the coach exactly what happened in the match, and if they are available at that time, they also see my match. They also can tell me. So I take multiple advices from different people, and I also think about what I did in the match, and I write it down. I just write down everything that happened in the match, and it just helps me like collect my thoughts and think about how can I become better. Because every match has, you obviously have some weak point, and to just identify that weak point, the opponent must also have thought a lot.
No, absolutely.
So yeah, so if you are able to think half of what the opponent thought that day and just fix it a little bit, then maybe next time they won't aim that area.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so it's very hard actually to think positive after a bad match. It's very, very hard. You are very down and you're depressed and you just lost a tournament and it's a knockout. It's not, you don't have another chance as well.
Right.
So it's very hard to think positive, but you just have to do it. You just have to suck it up, and you can sulk for some time. Let all the feelings go. But after that, you need to get back on your feet, get back on court. I think the best thing that works for me is as soon as I finish a match, and if I've not played back, I just get on the court as fast as I can. The next session I'm there, because I feel like if I do more work, then maybe everything will be fine again. So I think that badminton has really helped me out in that case as well.
Right. And in follow-up question after that is maybe which recent match, or you might want to talk about, you felt that I should forget, I should never have done this. And likewise कोई ऐसा मैच बताओ आप जिसमें आपको लगा हो कि this was the best I have done so far, so tell us about that.
Yeah. So there are a lot of matches where I could have played much better than I actually did. There was recently I played a senior national tournament where I played against one small girl. She's not even a senior player. I played against her, and I don't know what happened to me that day. I didn't move, my strokes were not going, everything was just so frustrating, and I just gave up. That's the worst thing I could have done, giving up the match in the middle. I just left it to her. I just gave her, you win. And after that, I was just full of regret. I didn't know what I did. I didn't talk to anybody. I was just crying the entire time. I just did not know what to do. And even my mom and all were very disappointed, obviously, that losing to a small girl.
Right.
So that's why, like, from there, I think I spoke to one of my, like, I have 2-3 coaches who I'm very good in contact with, and I called one of them, and I was planning to, like, I was so distraught. I didn't want to get up from my bed only. So I just called him, and he explained to me that this is what it is. You should not think like this. You should think like this. You have come so far from where you were before. You think about the positives. Leave the negatives aside. Negatives you can work on. Positives, you already have them. So you need to focus on them. So he really explained it to me, and because of him, I actually got out from that place. Or it took taken me a long time for me to get back from that match, because it was really bad, that match. That one match was just
And
got stuck in my head.
which tournament was that?
I think it was a senior national tournament. I'm not sure which place it was. I think it was in the north.
Okay.
I remember exactly where the courts were and how I played. That's all I remember. Just stuck in my head.
So something you will definitely want to forget. Never.
Yeah, but it will never go. I think I'll remember it for the rest of my life. And one of the good matches, I think, recently I played one state tournament. In that state tournament, our Karnataka State has a lot of good singles players. So I played against one of the top players, and for the first time in my life, I won against somebody who was national top.
Oh,
So
wow.
she also was like national. She was national, I think, top 5 or top 10.
Okay.
And I just went there as a do or die, because I personally I did not believe that I could have won that match. But as soon as I started playing, I, like, slowly, I started thinking, like,
Now you
I'm
can do it, yeah.
I can win this one. Like, when it is 14 all, 15 all, I was like, I am almost there.
Right.
I just need 4 more points and the game is mine.
Right.
So in the middle of the match, I started believing myself. And when once I started believing myself, the game changed so much. I completely dominated the net, and straight 2 sets, I was finished. I won that match. And I think that boosted my confidence so much that in the next nationals, I finally overcome my first round exit. I used to always get stuck there, and I finally overcame it. And
The last one you played, I think till round of 16, if I understand right.
Yes, this was the international tournament.
Yeah,
So
true.
I played 3 quarters now in this international tournament.
Very nice.
Could have done better, but just
No,
just
beautiful.
little bit.
Step at a time,
Yeah.
but that's the confidence which I can see, and which you just mentioned. That's the confidence you get out of those wins. Some of the
Yes.
matches you analyze and then you say, yeah, this is probably the best I have done so far. Probably, and there's always room to improve, but you know your game better, and you know when you did the right things and you did not do the right things, and that's the difference. And actually, we are talking when in World Championship today is the semi-finals. I think Pranay is playing against, I think, the guy Victor, if I'm not wrong. Your thoughts about that? Are you following the World Championships?
Yes, definitely. We all were sitting for Pranay's match and cheering for him from here. Yeah, he played spectacular. And
Amazing.
it's still going on in my head like a reel. It's just there. He played really well. To beat Axelsen when he's such a consistent player, Axelsen.
I
To
mean,
beat
he
him,
lets these matches go. I think he's cut out for these kind of matches. Whenever it's
yeah,
like this, he will just make sure that he just crushes the opponent. But I think the fight back was amazing. I think Prannoy is up with his game. I think at the moment his back-to-back tournaments is securing medals. And now he's, I think, ranked 5 after 6 from 9. I think he's going to jump. But yeah, I think good for the fraternity. Wish one day we see you there at the World Championship as well.
the goal.
Yeah.
I want to be there one day. Yes.
Yes, definitely. I think from the discussions I can see, and from the commitment you already have given to the time in the sport, I think that's the dedication we need. Another few years, you'll be there. Any icons you look at most badminton icons? See, here, बनना है तो ऐसा.
Oh, from India, I feel like obviously we have only a few singles
Yeah.
players, and I feel that Saina Nehwal and PV Sindhu, these are the two very good singles players from women's. They've really made their name on the international circuit. And PV Sindhu from so long, she's
So long,
like
yeah.
been getting medals. Like she's
Probably
just
because
very.
after 4-5 years, I think this was the first World Championship couldn't win a medal.
Yeah, exactly.
Last
So
5
consistent she was.
yeah. Every World Championship she used to get medal, whether silver, bronze, gold, whatever it would be.
Yeah.
Um,
It is. She's a very big
what is-
inspiration.
what do you like about the game? If you have to pick one thing which you love about Sindhu's
About
game.
Sindhu's game. Yes. Okay. So Sindhu's game, I find it very attacking. So she's a very attacking player. And she just like from that height she has, right? She makes complete use of that height. From that second level, she hit the shuttle to the ground, and the opponent can't move. And those are, I think, one of the best shots I think she has. Just those lion smashes and half smashes, which the opponent has no chance of retrieving. I think those are my favorite strokes of hers.
Perfect. And with Saina Nehwal?
For Saina Nehwal, I love her determination.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look like she's gonna take the shuttle,
Yeah,
but at the end she gives it her all and she takes it, and the opponent is not ready, not there also. So I think that
from the body language she looks very relaxed. But
she doesn't look like she was gonna take it.
exactly.
Yeah. I've seen her matches. It is so I find it even from here I can see the opponent's frustration. How frustrated she is. That why is she taking the shots?
No, absolutely. I totally agree. In fact, I have seen a very up close. I was in Singapore Open actually, and she really smashed the opponent. And from the body language, she was very relaxed throughout. No expressions, nothing. As if
she's very mentally strong.
Mentally very strong.
Yeah, very mentally strong.
True. And any male badminton stars you look at or opponents in other countries?
Yeah, I actually obviously now Pranoy has come up.
Come on.
I really like that after so many years that he has started reaching his peak at the age of 30,
Right.
30,
31.
31.
Yeah.
When everybody reaches their peak at 27, not 27, like 22, 23. He just didn't give up, like that kept going until he reached that spot at 31, and he just got his that one match where he won. I think the team event was that match.
Yeah.
And after that match, continuously he's been getting medals. I find that really, really impressive.
Yeah.
And obviously, upcoming players like Priyanshu, Lakshay Sen also is playing really well.
Yeah.
Shrikant Kidambi also, I really liked his game. But now I didn't see him in this recent tournament. But
Yeah,
I didn't see him play, I think.
he has been losing quite consistently, but he has been such a fantastic player. He has been
Yeah, that one season which he played really well, right? That season was a really big inspiration for all the Indian male singles shuttlers.
so Lakshay Sen. I think Lakshay has been a coming player, very young, very talented,
Yeah.
extremely talented, very fast. Pranoy, you are absolutely right. Even what I like about him is at this age, when people give up, he's discovering himself.
Yeah.
You look at last 2 or 3 tournaments, BWF tournaments. I don't know from where he has emerged. People literally had forgotten. I won't say forgotten, but there are so many other players. People will always talk about them. He will always left out.
Yes, exactly. And he didn't let that get into his head. The
Absolutely.
main reason I find him really, really impressive.
So it's sometimes you're right. Absolutely, it's also about the mental strength and the kind of mental strength he has. He possesses. He didn't let it go. He said, "No, I'm going to come back," and there he is. And the opposite of it, you see Sindhu struggling. She has been struggling. I think last 5 to 6 tournaments already. Early exits. So I'm sure it would be playing in her minds as well. But the thing is that she's not giving up. She's still up to it. She's still
Yeah, she's working hard. I've seen her training sessions.
yeah.
She is giving her best.
Exactly. So it's a matter of time when the coin will flip, and then you will see wins coming through.
Yeah.
Because, in badminton, things changes very fast, especially in singles.
Yes.
It is very fast. The rankings also move very fast. 1 or 2 tournaments, you are really from top 20 to top 10 easily. So,
Yes.
no, fantastic. I think any other hobbies, Muskan, you have apart from you know
Yeah, as a child, I always went for multiple classes at the same time. I think I had 4 classes in a day. I used to go for dance classes, Bharatanatyam, ballet.
Nice.
I used to go for Arabic classes. I used to go also for badminton. And I also used to go to school. So and I was like going full schedule from when I was born. I'm just completely jam-packed the full day.
just keep her busy. That's all your
Yeah.
parents wanted. Yeah.
Yes. She just wore me out of the house. It's too annoying as a kid. So I think I also went for art classes for about 5 years. I
Right.
went to art classes for I went to a very good teacher. She taught me a lot of professional art. And yeah, I paint a lot. I'm a very good painter, and I'm a good artist.
Nice.
And I read a lot of books, a lot of novels. I'm very into books as well. I don't really get any time for anything else, but
Right.
when I do, I usually do this art or I listen to music. I'm also a very good fan of music and
Right.
singing. I sang for a lot of, like, every time I'm in school, I'm part of the choir or part of the band. So I'm a good singer as well. And yeah, I think that's
No,
some
that's
of the
great.
things I have.
Insanely talented. Skills you have got, and I think arts is there in you. And probably that's the reason why you have picked arts as your career. Probably in your studies, because you did dancing, Bharatnatyam, Arabic. You do drawings, paintings, etc.
My subjects are actually very interesting. I've taken a very unique variety of subjects. I've taken arts with biology, which is not really that heard of.
Not really heard of.
Yeah, biology with arts is like, even I didn't know I could take that before I joined Suchitra. So Suchitra, I think, was the first school that actually gave me this option.
So if biology is not your mains, is your you know what do you call it? So there is one mains which is could be your arts, and then maybe some supplementing it.
Oh, no. I've not taken any supplementary subjects. So there is 5 subjects, and mine is English, mass media, sociology, psychology, and biology.
Oh, even mass media.
Yes.
Interesting.
So I've taken all these. I've taken either journalism field, or psychiatry field.
Wow.
So in one of these fields,
If
probably.
not badminton, then what? What for you?
Yeah, so my backup for obviously we need to have a plan B in your
Right.
life as
Right.
well. So I have taken as my backup. I probably gonna go more into psychology, psychologist or psychiatry. That's why I've taken more of biology, sociology, and psychology as the three main subjects, so that can make me understand psychology better, and mass media and English, obviously, because of journalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of mix of, yeah, journalism and arts can go together. It's something,
Yes.
the evolved form of art now, with all the technology coming in, is already kind of, media is coming together with it.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, the biology definitely gives a complete new perspective. But I think coming from art, you guys always have a very intellect mindset. So you tend to understand people better. You guys tend to understand. I think that's where probably biology. I mean, interesting choice. You're absolutely right that something which people don't generally
Yeah.
look at. Any plans for doing your? Have you thought of doing your bachelor's or doing your master's after that?
Okay, so not really given a big thought about it,
Yeah.
but after I finish 12, I'll probably go into a degree with psychology field itself, because
Okay.
I'm very much interested in psychology and how the human brain functions and how the people react and everything. So I'm really interested in that. So I'll probably take it a degree in one of the psychology fields itself. Yeah, I think right now, not really thought about it that much. Mainly right now, my focus is to get some results in under 19.
No, no, no.
So
I think,
yeah,
I mean, your passion always stays with you, but as you
yes,
rightly pointed out, I think you must have planned something. I mean, what if and what if not, etc., etc.
yeah.
Any plans of? Have you given any thought of studying abroad as well? A lot of athletes.
No, no, no. Definitely, we're definitely not planning to study abroad. Right now, that is not in the plans. We
Yeah.
are going to train here only. Badminton as well is here only, right?
Right.
So we are right now. The plan is to stay here and get a college here, degree here,
Right.
and just progress in badminton. That's all right now. The plan is just
Perfect. I
focus
mean,
at the
that's
moment.
the only plan one we have now, or plan A we have now, is badminton.
Badminton, yes.
Perfect.
Full
Yeah.
stop.
The rest, everything is secondary.
Yes.
We want that. Thank you. I think this is great, Muskan. Um, and some of the things we earlier discussed. You went to Japan. You went to China first time. How was the experience? Mongolia. Mongolia is a beautiful place.
Yeah,
Uh,
all of these places were very beautiful.
yeah,
Japan is especially
yeah.
like
Was
when I
outside.
went there for a tournament. Obviously, we had a lot of communication gap, and
Right,
it was very hard to communicate with people there. They didn't know English. We had to communicate with Google Translator.
right,
But the place there was really fantastic. When we went there for a tournament, I think I lost. I had lost to a Japanese player. I played my first match against world junior champion. So she was the world number one in under 19 circuit, and she had won the this thing last year. And I got a chance to play against her. I realized how much I needed to improve to
right.
reach that level. Yeah, it just gave me a hard reality check, and yeah, that Japan was a really good experience. I learned where I am, where I stand at the moment, and where I need to reach. And then that was the she was an under 19 player itself. So the seniors, I'm usually playing seniors now,
Okay.
just straight away because I'm already under 19. So I'll mostly play seniors outside. We're still deciding on as to which
Right.
categories. But so China and Mongolia. China was a okay performance. I played against a Malaysian player. She was also she was, I think her India, I mean not India, Malaysia number one. So she was like top there, and I got a chance to play against her. She was very good strokes, and she played the world championships now.
Nice.
My opponent. So she also was a very good player. Got a chance to play against her as well, and that also gave me a very hard reality check. But Mongolia was a good tournament for me because that was the first time I reached pre-quarters in
Right.
a country outside of India.
Right. Right.
So I played qualification. I won 2 rounds, and then in main draw I had against the fourth seed. I upsetted her. I beat her. The fourth seed I beat her, and then I played against a Japanese player, who was the winner of that tournament. I
Right.
did not like. I couldn't win against her.
Right.
She was much better than me at the point. So
Right.
yeah, that was like just these international tournaments to Asian countries have just been reality checks for me. Yeah, I just
I think
come back
it's
stronger.
it's a learning curve, and I
Yeah.
think at this age and this place, the time you are in, there's nothing to complain. There's only thing to learn, and as much as you learn from these games, the more you play, I think more you learn. But beyond playing, did you get to go around the country, visit a few?
Oh, definitely. It's not like India. This time, my dad did book a flight a few days later, and we did go around the country. We visited China, we visited different areas there, and we visited mainly shows in China. In
Okay.
Japan, everything was so high tech. The
Yeah.
transportation, the communication was really good, and
Yeah.
in Japan also, we went to Universal Studios in Japan. So that was my first time there. And in Mongolia, there was not much actually to do in Mongolia, the cities, I mean, that
Yeah.
where we had gone.
Mongolia,
There was only desert there.
yeah, Mongolia is more of landscapes
Yeah.
and adventures. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
My father's not really the adventure type. So we usually go sightseeing or something like that. So just that we did not really go anywhere per se, but we did visit a few like very pretty looking places.
But
Yeah.
normally he's traveling with you most of these tournaments.
Yes, me and my father are always
Always
the
together.
ones who are gonna go. Yeah. And he's told me that once my brother grows old enough,
Oh,
me and him
yeah.
will.
Perfect. That's the best actually.
Yeah.
Both of you can
Sure.
have a lot more fun. And you can even talk about the sport in so much of depth.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. I think. Thanks, Muskan. I think I have had pretty much such a frank conversation with you. I just loved it, enjoyed it.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
I think Harshita, you're there. Hi. Okay, yeah, there she is. Harshita will have some questions for you as well. All right. It'll be a lot more fun. Harshita,
Okay, I'm so sorry. I think my laptop is I think 5%, and I cannot find the charger. It'll just take me 2 seconds. I'll just be back.
sure, no worries.
Yeah, okay.
Take your time.
Okay. Thank you for so much for waiting.
Perfect. All right. Over to you, Harshita.
Hi, Muskaan. I have a few questions for you. Okay, so these are gonna be like fun questions since we're pretty much done with, talking about badminton and everything. Okay, so are you a beach person or are you a mountain person?
I think I'm a beach person.
Okay.
So, any beach?
Okay, one skill.
Your preference? Any beach locations?
I've not actually been to that good of beaches, but I've seen so many good beaches. I just
Right.
never got the chance to visit any yet.
Okay. But you love to hang out on the
Yeah, I
beach.
would love to go to a very like clean, good, nice beach with nice soft sand. Yeah, I'd love to go there.
Perfect.
Okay, one skill you wish you could master outside badminton.
Something I wish I could master outside badminton.
Yes.
Uh, I think it would be art itself. I am already very good at it, but I would love to master it completely. That would also be really cool to be such a good artist.
Lovely.
I give it more time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. One place in the world that you haven't been to and you would like to see, like your dream travel destination, you can say.
Okay. My dream travel destination, I think probably, I think it would be Paris. I've seen so much and heard so much about it, and I like to visit there. I mean, I'm a very big foodie. I love food, so I mainly want to visit places with good food. So that's why I want to go to Paris.
Okay. So
So
what's your favorite cuisine?
first time I'm hearing Muskan somebody going to Paris for food.
Yeah, I'm a very big foodie. To be honest, like I search for food everywhere.
Perfect. Okay.
So what's your
My
favorite
favorite cuisine
cuisine?
would be Italian.
Italian, yeah.
Italian.
Italian,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, describe your playing style in one word.
My playing style is attacking. I'm a very attacking player.
Okay. Okay.
Attacking.
Okay, any hidden talents you have that no one knows about? Like besides art, dancing and badminton, any other thing?
I think we have to ask her brother.
I think you probably know more about this than me. Hidden talents. Hidden talents per se, like nobody knows about it. I think I've already told you what other things that I do besides badminton.
On
This
camera,
nothing
Muskan is not going to tell us.
else. It's gonna remain a secret, I think.
All right.
Okay, what is one thing you cannot travel without during your matches?
Okay. So during my matches, I cannot travel without obviously the racket kit has to be there. I'm not gonna say that. One small thing that I can't travel without would probably be. I think just give me like some time. I'll give you a good answer. I think the one thing I can't travel without is that mustard oil. Uh, there's I recently started this mustard oil and Epsom salt. So my coach recently, like he gave me some entire jar of Epsom salt. After a match, I get really stiff, and
Okay.
for that, I think I need a heat pack. So I think the answer is heat pack.
Right.
So I need a heat pack. Everywhere I go, I have this heater, just which is electricity powered. So I just switch on the electricity, and it becomes hot, and I use it to de-stress my muscles after like a tough match. It helps me.
It's like a hot bag or something. Or
Yeah, it's a hot pack only, but you don't have to fill hot water in it.
okay.
So it's like electricity powered. I'm not sure how it works,
Okay.
but yeah, it's using electricity to become hot. And
But
yeah,
it's just to heat you up a bit. When
yeah,
you
it. I think heating helps me more than icing.
okay.
For me personally. So every time I become stiff, I just heat my legs and hands, and I'll much
Fine.
more better recovered than before. Yeah.
Perfect.
So I think
You took time, but yeah, that's a nice answer. I
yeah.
like that.
Yes.
Okay, who's the most challenging opponent you have faced so far?
Oh, I can say her name. Okay, I'll just say her name. So I think the most challenging opponent I have met so far is Tanvi Sharma.
Tanvi,
She's
huh?
she's like a very short girl, but she like I don't understand her game style. She's like very slow player sometimes, very fast player sometimes. I think one of the most challenging players I have met so far is her itself, who I've played against. Yes.
Okay, can you tell us any favorite badminton memory of yours outside the tournaments?
Oh, outside the tournaments, obviously, winning the tournament would give me the best memories. But outside the tournament, I think spending time with my friends my badminton friends, like I have a few very good friends in the circuit, and they are very supportive, and like we support each other like throughout the matches, and spending time with them, I think, have
So,
made most of the memories.
so which days normally you take rest, Muskan, or is it all the days you normally practice and
So mostly I do practice from Monday to Saturday.
okay.
Sundays I usually rest, but sometimes I do a session that time also. But mostly Sundays are a complete
So
rest.
which is your hangout then in that case? Like you hang out with friends, you hang out or relax a bit.
Uh, Hanging out with friends is it's a very rare occurrence, but when it happens, it's on Sunday,
On
either Saturday night if I have to stay out late till 8, 9 o'clock outside,
okay.
or on Sunday itself, Sunday morning or afternoon, I go out. I mean, sometimes with my friends. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Any book that you read? Last book
My
you read?
favorite book.
Yeah.
I am mostly into either very crime novels or thriller crime novels or romance comedy novels. So one of them, it just depends on my mood.
It's
But
complete opposite, it's complete opposite, either crime
yeah, I don't understand either. Like
so
sometimes I just
so when you go for a
really
match के पहले crime novels और match के बाद
yeah, it really depends on my mood. I'm like, I don't understand how I have a good set of books which is just completely different from each other, and I have completely different cabinets for it.
wow.
So crime novels, probably my favorite would be Snap. Recently I read a novel called Snap, so that would be my favorite crime novel.
So, do you have any favorite authors? Any authors you follow?
Favorite authors, as of now, I don't really have a favorite. I have a few authors which I really like Agatha Christie and John Adams.
John
I think
Bishop.
huh,
John Adams.
yes.
John
Sorry.
Bishop. Okay.
So he also is one of the authors which I like. I don't really have a favorite, but there are a few authors which I like.
Okay. Okay. Any guilty pleasure food?
I anything sweet. I have a very big sweet tooth, and I love sweet things. So probably a brownie or ice cream or something sweet. I love sweet food.
So
So
do you
whenever I get a cheat meal, I usually take one of these chocolates, like
right.
sugary items.
Right.
I think one of them that my cheat meal.
once a week? Is that right, Muskan?
So I try to keep it. The diet mainly is once a week on usually Saturday or Sunday. I will have a cheat day, complete day off to eat whatever I want to eat, and that day I will just, I think, I count my calories, so I don't really.
Overeat.
Yeah, I tend to do that a lot. So I have to count my calories for me to control it. So I have an app on my phone which keeps me in check. But otherwise, I think on Sundays or Saturdays, I have a period where I just eat whatever I want on one day. Yeah, in a week.
Okay. Okay. So, anything in your bucket list that's not related to badminton?
Anything in my bucket list? Okay. So obviously, I really like traveling. So I would love to go out with and my cousins, or me and my friends. We go out of India for like a trip for like 4 5 days, like
Nice.
just us, just all of us, and like just enjoy just for 4 5 days. I would like to do that. That I think would be in my bucket list, to go on a solo trip or something like that.
Maybe towards during Christmas, I think, or probably that's the time when less matches are happening. A lot of people are away,
Yeah.
etc.
So probably with my friends or cousins, anywhere outside like of India, just once, like a good trip. I think that would be in my bucket.
Have you been to Singapore, Muskan, before?
No, I haven't. I haven't been to Singapore.
All right. So hopefully, any tournaments you pick up, come down, visit us.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, we'll to see you. We'll love to host you in Singapore as well, and your family. If your family is traveling with you.
Yes, definitely. If
Not
I'm in Singapore, I'll definitely.
yeah, in Hyderabad, it's just like 4 hours flight, so it's It's something very close. In fact, हैदराबाद से आप फ्लाइट पकड़ के दिल्ली जाओगे तो 3 घंटे लग जाएंगे.
Yeah. So, yeah, as soon as I come to Singapore, I'll definitely contact you.
Yes, definitely. Yes, Harshita.
Okay, so that's all for now, Muskaan. Thank you so much
Perfect.
for answering all
Thank
my
you.
questions.
Completely.
Thanks a lot.
You made me
Muskaan.
think about stuff I never thought before. So, thank you for that as well. Yeah.
Actually, that was a part of the session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, Muskan. I think wish you all the best for your tournament. Have a good trip and carry your crime novels. Make sure that you all those energies, right energies, before you go on the court, and
Yes.
we will follow you. We'll see how the matches progress. But all the best, and all good wishes from us at Synergy. Say our country, our greetings to your dad, mom, your brother as well. We
Yes.
hope to see them together one day, and we'll have a lovely chat. All right, till then, we'll sign off. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you so much for having me here.
It's no
Thank
worries.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.